Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be going over a sales consultant data analysis project that was created and conducted by myself. Everything that we're going to be going over in this project is going to be linked below in the description. You'll have access to the CSV files and the other associated material related to this project. Let's get started. So I'm going to read the README section of this project on my GitHub. To talk a little bit about the project, it's a comprehensive analysis designed to explore and improve sales performance for an automotive dealership. It combines the power of SQL and Python to gain actionable insights into sales trends, consultant performance, and overall profitability. By leveraging historical data, we identify key metrics that influence sales success. The purpose of the project is to first understand and evaluate the performance of these consultants. 2, to analyze key metrics such as total sales, profits, and sales trends. 3, we want to be able to provide data-driven recommendations to improve sales strategies. And 4, be able to visualize historical sales data for better decision making. Now let's talk a little bit about the data itself. We've got sales records. That is information on sales transactions, including sale price, profit, date of sale. We've got sales consultants, details about each sales consultant, such as their ID, name, and sales performance. And the data was collected from between 2014 to 2016. Regarding our analysis list, first we want a sales performance analysis. We're going to use SQL to aggregate and analyze the sales by the consultants. 2, profitability assessment, calculating total profits and identifying the most profitable sales strategies. 3, we want a trend analysis, visualizing sales trends over time to identify patterns and seasonality. And number 4, we want a consultant comparison, comparing sales performance among these consultants to highlight top performers. So the approach used, first we're going to do data extraction and aggregation using SQL. And 2, we're going to do data analysis and visualization. We're going to work a little bit on Python using Jupyter Notebook. That's going to be in the second video, which was used to perform further analysis and generate visualizations libraries such as Pandas, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. In 3, we're going to have some insight generation regarding sales trends and patterns that were identified to recommend strategic improvements. Consultant performance was analyzed to recognize strengths and areas of growth. And in conclusion, the critical insights into the dealership sales performance, the key findings that we found were the identification of top performing sales consultants and their sales strategies, the trends that highlight peak sales periods and potential seasonality. We were able to see some opportunities to improve profit margins and optimize inventory. And overall, the project offered us a detail-driven approach for enhancing sales effectiveness and helping the dealership make informed decisions to boost performance and profitability. So let's get started on our SQL project. So we have to remember that we are working with three separate tables. We're gathering the data from these separate tables to find the insights that we're looking for. We have to remember that there is going to be use of aliases. And let's begin our project. So first, I'd like to do, let's say we're going to say sales performance analysis, total sales and profits by salesperson. So we're going to select the salesman ID and name column. So salesman ID column and name column from the salesman table. We're also going to get a sum of the sale price from the sales table and give it an alias of total sales. We're also going to get a sum of profit from the sales table and give it an alias of total profit. This is going to be coming from our sales table. Oh, no. And we're going to be joining it with our salesman table on ID equals okay. I'm going to make sure to group by salesman ID and then by name, and we also need a order by total sales descending. This one is up to you, depending on if total sales is more important to you or is profit more important to you. And let's run this and make sure we did everything good. And we can see here that here are our results. And what do our results indicate? So the results rank the salespeople based on their total sales in descending order, along with their corresponding total profit. And the summary that we see is that our top performer is Andrew Thomas with ID 12. And he's accumulated over 1.9 million in total sales, with a total profit of around $370,000. Other high performers are David Miller, ID 7, with 1.87 million in total sales and 311,000 in total profit. And we also have Sophia Moore with ID 9 with a total sales of 1.8 million and a total profit of over 413,000, which is the highest profit among all. And what we can gather from this is like the observations that we see is, despite the fact that Sophia Moore ranks third in total sales, she leads in total profit. This could potentially suggest that she's an effective or efficient salesperson, or she's working more so with high margin deals. And also we can see that the spread of sales and profits show consistent performance among the top salespeople, with a total sales ranging from 1.2 to about 1.9 million. And then let's see, let's do average sale price by sales person. Select sales and ID, their name, and we want an average of sale price. Give it an alias of average sale price. We're going to gather this from our sales table. And we're going to join. Hold on one second. Let me get rid of this. Our salesman table on salesman ID. We need to make sure to group by salesman ID and also name. And we need to order by average sale price in descending order. So let's see if we did this correctly. Hopefully we did. Okay. So what we can see here is that Our analysis is going to reveal to us the average sale price for each salesperson, and it's going to rank them in descending order. And we can also see that the results indicate that David Miller has achieved the highest average sale price at around 22,000, followed by John, Emily, Andrew, and Alex. And in terms of key insights, we can see that the top performer is David Miller. It appears to be that he's the best performing salesperson in terms of sales price averages. And what this could potentially mean is that it indicates that there's a focus on higher value customers or deals when it comes to him. And we can also see that we're dealing with narrow margins because the difference between the top averages are relatively small, suggesting competitive performance among these salespeople. And overall speaking, the averages can reflect differences in customer bases, deal sizes, or even the type of products each person is focused on. So that's pretty interesting. Let's see, what should we try next? Let's do a customer analysis. Let's see, customer analysis, customer demographics analysis, select, let's give this some space. And we're going to take a look at the debit to income ratio. We want to see an average credit score, an average annual income, and we want to see the total number of customers associated with these three calculations. Okay, let's see. Debit to income ratio. Oh, what's going on? Credit score. And then we want an average of annual income. And we want a total count of the number of customers. Group by debit to income ratio. Here, let's just, okay, yeah, we're good. And then order by debit to income ratio. Let's run this and see if it's working well. Okay. So if we take a look at this, we can see that we're dealing with a few different things here. So we've got debit to income ratio, the average credit score, an average annual income, and then we can also see how many customers fit this criteria. So we have 5 customers that fit the criteria of this income average, this average score, and a debit to income ratio of 0%, 1%, etc., etc., etc. So in terms of key insights, let's talk about financial health and DTI, meaning debit to income ratio, as we said. We can obviously take a look at this and see that generally speaking, that credit scores tend to decline as the debit to income increases. And this aligns with the idea that higher debt relative to income can affect creditworthiness. In terms of customer segments, the group with a debit to income ratio of 3% has the most amount of customers. So this makes it a significant demographic for business strategies. And in terms of income trends, we can see that income levels don't consistently correlate with the debit to income ratio, suggesting that variability in how customers manage their finances. And if we dive a little deeper into this, just to kind of make things more clear, let's say sales by customer credit worthiness. Okay. Select case when credit score is greater than or equal to 700, then good. When credit score between 600 to 699, then fair. All else is going to be considered poor. Let's end. We're going to give it an alias as credit score segment. And we also want a count of the distinct customer ID. We're going to give that an alias of the number of customers. And we want a sum of the sale price as total sales. And we're going to be joining tables to do this. So from our customers table, we're going to join our sales table. On customer ID. And we also need to make sure that we group by, let's copy and paste this. And we need to order by total sales and descending order. So let's run this and make sure we did everything correctly. Okay, what did we do? Between, this needs to be and. Okay. So this is going to divide up all of the customers that we had in these 2 years into 3 separate segments. Customers with poor credit, good credit, and fair credit. And we also see the number of customers and the total of sales associated with these customers. So in terms of observations, we can see that the poor credit score segment had a number of customers of around 470. So let's say 471, which is considered the largest group, and around 11,430,000 in total sales, which is the highest contribution of sales. So what this tells us is despite having lower credit scores, this group contributes the most to total sales, likely due to their larger population. And then if we go on to good credit score segment, we have 216 customers, but the total of sales is around $5 million. And what this tells us potentially is that customers with high credit scores contribute significantly to sales, but there are fewer in number compared to poor. And then in terms of fair credit scores, this is the smallest group. So we've got 163 customers that we dealt with that totaled 3.7 million. And pretty much all this tells us is that this is the smallest group represented in this in terms of customers and sales. So in terms of key insights, when it comes to market composition, the poor segment is the largest group, and which makes it critical for revenue despite credit challenges. And anybody who's worked automotive dealerships, family-owned automotive dealerships, small dealerships, understands that this can be very, very, very true and very, very challenging. So what this does is it indicates that business strategy of targeting these customers with these lower credit scores is happening. And then also good customers impact, although smaller in number, the good segment still makes a significant contribution to sales, and this likely reflects higher value transactions. And in terms of the fair segment, this is the smallest group, possibly representing a transitional segment between the extremes. So it's very interesting. Let's see what we can take a look at next. How about we do a vehicle performance analysis, most profitable vehicles. Select make, model, and a sum of profit as total profit from sales. We want to group by make, model. We want to order by total profit descending. Okay. So if we have a look here, we can see that we have various vehicles in terms of makes and models. And we can see that the total amount of profit for each vehicle. So pretty much what this is telling us is that the most profitable vehicles ranking from highest to lowest in terms of total profit. And this is interesting because this insight identifies which vehicle types are going to contribute to the most to overall profitability, helping you understand which models drive business success. So let's take a look at, on average, how many days do vehicles stay on the lot before being sold? And we'll run a quick query. So this is pretty much telling us really quick, just a quick insight. The average number of days that a vehicle is going to remain on the lot before being sold, which is right around 44 days. And this metric is important because it provides us a sense of inventory turnover efficiency. So the lower average days on a lot generally indicates faster sales cycle, while higher numbers could highlight challenges in selling inventory. So in terms of inventory turnover, 44 days average suggests that vehicles are moving at a moderate pace, and comparing that to the industry benchmarks or historical data can reveal, obviously, if this is good performance or if it needs improvement. And next, let's take a look at sales trends over time. So monthly sales trends, and then we'll look at year over year growth. Okay. So we're going to look at year and month. Give them each an alias, and we want to count all transactions to have a sales count, and we want a sum of sale price as total sales. It's going to be from our sales table, group by year, sale date, and then month, and we also need to make sure we order by. Sale year and sales month. Okay, let's run and see if we did a good job. Okay, let's see what we did wrong. Let's come here, get rid of this. Okay, perfect. So let's take a look at our data. So we have sales year, sales month, meaning 2014, the first month, January, a sales count of 24 vehicles, totaling $285,000 in total sales. Now, if you wanted, you could also add like a profit column if you wanted to also like a profit. But for the sake of this, we're just going to leave it at total sales. Now, this result is going to show us a sales count and a total sales for each month across multiple years. And it's going to be highlighting seasonal growth and monthly trends. If we get further into it, we can see in terms of year over year, say select year, sale date as sales year. And we want to count all the sales transactions as a sales count. And we want a sum of the sale price as total sales from sales group by rates. Sales year. Okay, let's see if we did this correctly. Beautiful. So this is a lot more helpful. The other one, I mean, if you want to look specifically per month, but if we want to then see, hey, per year, what are we looking at? We can see in terms of year over year growth, in 2014, we had 245 sales totaling around $3.6 million. In 2015, that increased to 307 sales totaling 5.5 million, showing a growth compared to 2014. And furthermore, in 2016, we had a growth up to 448 sales, totaling over 11 million, indicating a significant increase from previous sales. So these are really important insights. Next, let's take a look at some commission insights. That way we can get some more details regarding our salespersons. So select. Order by projected earnings in descending order. Okay, so let me explain what's going on. So we want to see our columns where we can see these the salesman ID, the name, their base salary, and we also want to see what was the total amount of commission that they earned. And the way you get this is you multiply profit by their commission rate, which is a percentage of the commission. Did I spell that wrong? I think I did. We'll see. And then also we want to see projected earnings, and the way we're going to do this is it's going to be their base salary times their commission rate. So let's run it. Let's see what we... Okay, where's that at? Right here. Okay. So we've got our salesmen, their names, their base salary, their total commission, and their projected earnings. What can we gather from this? Well, just by looking at this, we can gather that our top performer is Matthew Anderson. He has a base salary of $32,000. And his total commission amounted to over $26,000, which was calculated at a 7% commission on $376,000 in profit. So his projected earnings is going to be a little over $58,000, which is a combination of his base salary and his commission. Second place goes to Daniel Wilson, who has a higher base salary of $36,000, but only $19,000 in commission on a 6% commission rate on $317,000 in profit. So his projected earnings is going to be around $55,000. And our other high performers are Alex, David, and Emily. And really, what we're able to observe from this is that in terms of earnings composition, projected earnings are going to vary significantly based on the total profit generated and the commission rate. High earners balance strong sales performance and competitive commission rates. When it comes to base salary impact, salespeople with higher base salaries like Daniel have a stable earnings despite slightly lower total profit compared to the other top earners. And then last but not least, in terms of performance variability, differences in total profit reflect disparities in sales success, which can directly affect commissions. So we're going to leave this SQL portion of this project here. As I mentioned before, guys, this is going to be all uploaded for you guys to download and for you to kind of play with. Feel free to come up with your own queries, answering questions that you may have. Please comment below. Let me know what you think. And I will also leave a link down to my LinkedIn page. Feel free to reach me on there, communicate with me, let me know what you think. Did you learn anything from this? And I will be able to make sure that I'm going to have a part 2 of this where we're going to work with the same data, but we're going to work with it in Python. Thank you so much for watching the video.